What's up, guys? There hasn't been a lot of arena videos yet, but this time it's time to do some chart pulling. We have the Turtles event going on, as you guys have heard. I don't know how much you heard about the drama going on with it, but let's say that between Plarium and content creators and unofficial content creators, there was some massive drama going on. I don't know how much they talk about it, but I guess I can say that there was a huge drama. I assume maybe some content creators mention it in the videos, but because I've been so inactive and out of the game, I didn't even bother, I didn't even have any opinion about it, so it is what it is. But what I recognize instantly when we get this event going on again, that goddamn they keep making the event so hard. Getting the Donny is not gonna be easy, it's actually gonna take a lot of work. And previously, the other champions are gonna be even harder to get, and you basically have to pull shards during events that are probably not gonna have 2x chances on it. But I don't know how much I'm actually gonna use Donny. The passive seems interesting. It's kind of like Nakarada passive, but in the current timeline, because the shields are not as effective as it used to be, but basically keeping one champion alive. Sounds interesting, but the other abilities didn't seem that crazy in PvP. Maybe he would be good in some kind of PvE content, and maybe you can do some kind of cheese like people do with Crusher and so on. But maybe even in PvP with the passive, who knows? I'm definitely trying to get him if I can, and the base stats are good, I think. Let me double check. It's so confusing because they're all in different factions. But yeah, he has almost Dutch's base stats. 22k HP is good for this kind of champion. I mean, you probably would build him tanky. But anyway, outside of that, let's do some chart pulling. There is also a nice event for Taras and Marichka. I think they've actually done quite many of these for these two specifically, because they are so good, and even years after their release, they can just milk them and people will buy shards for these because, everybody needs them, and even if you have them, you probably want to get +4 Marichka and so on. So I'll pull all of my voids as well, but I only have a grand total of 14 voids, so we'll see how that goes. But I'll also pull all of my sacreds. Maybe I'll pull some new champions that might bring me back to the meta. I don't know if there's really any that OP non-void or non-mythic champions. Even voids are, kind of out of the meta, unless you pull Siphi or something like that. There's not that many voids that are super relevant either. But normal champions, this is free-to-play garbage basically, so. But I will take a couple Rotos. It is my dream that I want to fulfill in raid, that I want to get the +4 Rotos. No matter what, I need to get +4 Rotos. So, hoping for Rotos, really. But I'm not gonna pull as little as possible for the event. Let's see how close we are with these pulls. Not even pulling a legendary. Where is it? Not these events. But yeah, the events are rough. You really need to be active and put a lot of there it is. Put a lot of time and effort to get this. Yeah, I guess for those relics, it's kind of pushing people to to get even more points than needed for the shards, but okay, so I'll definitely get the 3k tokens. It's not about that, but maybe we'll even get the 5.5k, but probably not enough to win this tournament. There's not even a crazy reward or anything like that. Okay, let's keep going. Come on, let's see a Rotos. Oh. Yeah, Shamrock is pretty much one of the worst champions you can have. I mean, he's kind of usable in Hydra, assuming that you have like a scuffed account and you don't have like the actual meta stuff, but you know, he has decreased speed and increased speed. And I actually really could use some champions on Ogrun Tribe, because it's the one that where I have the least amount of, you know, legendaries. I have only pulled a couple legendaries on this faction, but the issue is that, as you can see, every single legendary I have on this faction is basically support. I don't have any nukers, so doing the faction guardians is... not the faction guardians, I mean the new upgraded faction wars is gonna be hard. I really need to actually pull at least like a one nuker on it. Okay, I can't even get an extra level of faction guardians, yeah. Fun fact, I think it's so long time ago, my memory is fading a bit, but I think Shamrock was like the first fusion in the game. Like, first official fusion in the game, because Santa was a fusion when the game was like not released, when it was not like in beta. Before the full release, there was a Santa fusion, but I think Shamrock was the first actual fusion. I don't think Shamrock was at the start of the game, or not in the beta, but it was released at the start of the game, something like that. It's so long time ago I forget, but pretty sure it was like that, yeah. And even back then he was not relevant, so... Some champions... One thing I will say about raid meta is that, you know, good champions usually become obsolete over time, but the game is, you know, so like power crept that there's never a time that like an old champion that hasn't been in the meta, that didn't get buffed, would suddenly actually become relevant. I don't think that has ever happened in the history of this game in PvP. I don't think so. I think the closest you would maybe the only time, or the, I mean, you can't really count it, but the closest maybe that has ever happened is when I started using Gala after Mortu and Rotos became meta in defense. Okay, what is this champion? Looks kind of cool, but I assume it's not good because I have not seen anybody run this. It's kind of weird to, you know, be back into the game and not know like tons of champions. Okay, this might be good in PvE, the passive sounds interesting. I mean, mod kind of does the same thing better. Okay, fills turn meter and kind of cleanses. Maybe it's good, but it's only one debuff. That kind of, I think, is not good enough for something like Chimera or other like PvE bosses. Otherwise it sounds almost good. Oh, okay. Full resets the cooldown of all of their skills. Okay, this sounds like a PvE cheese champion. Revive with 50% turn meter and cooldowns intact. Okay, heals everybody and increase defense and increase speed. Maybe it's okay in PvE, but I don't think I've seen anybody using it, so I assume it's not good enough to make the top teams. I don't know, it almost sounds usable, to be honest, but I don't think I've ever seen this, so... Anyway, let's keep going. Already got 2 legendaries, can we get more? Could we just once get like a good video where I actually get what I want and I pull a Rotos? How about that? Or Wogot, give me at least Wogot. I have +3 Wogot, I need one more for the like empowerment. Damn. Okay, I guess we didn't get lucky. Maybe we were saving all of the RNG to the void shards. I wouldn't mind picking up Marichka. Okay, so let's go. So it's not 2x, it's 15x or whatever you call it these days. You know, probably not recommended to pull outside of 2x for voids. But to be fair, like, you know, obviously there's some couple new void champions that get used a little bit, but there's no other void champion for PvP like Marichka, so almost could consider that maybe actually at this point it would be better to just save all of the voids for the 15x's, but it's always RNG. But I mean, like, what are the old good ones? Marichka and Siphi. I mean, Siphi is not getting used a lot. Marichka still gets used a lot. And there's a couple other ones, but really, Marichka is the best, even still, for defense. And by the way, speaking of defense, I'm gonna go for Plat push on Monday, do a stream on it. I'm definitely not gonna finish, or who knows, but not expecting to finish Plat. But if you're also pushing during Monday, tune into the stream and let's talk about current state of Platinum Arena, and I'll see if I can catch up. And I think we'll see how close it is, but maybe I should just start streaming on Mondays. I was gonna stream on Friday this week, just live arena, but it didn't happen. I had some visitors. I've been quite busy on summer and my relatives keep coming, so... And actually they're coming next week for... I don't know what's the word in English. There is this tradition in Nordic countries that at this time of year you have like trophies parties. I think it's mostly Swedish tradition, or like it's originally a Swedish tradition, but they do it everywhere in Nordic countries. And we're gonna have a trophies party next week. Okay, let's do a full 10 pull. Come on, surely it's definitely gonna be Marichka. Why not? 14 shards is like guaranteed Marichka, basically. Yeah, okay, would have been good on the last one. Okay, not today, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't really get mad at shard pulls, because you never pull anything good anyway, so, you know, unless you pull insane amount of shards, you never get anything, so don't get your hopes up. But we completed the mission and got all of the fragments from that. Somebody might in the comments get mad that I pulled for non-2x voids, but honestly, like, is there anything else better than Marichka? I think it probably makes, honestly, it's not even a bad decision. Obviously there's gonna be, I'm sure, like limited time event during the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to, where was it? To pull for these, but I don't think I want them. I was looking at their kits earlier, and you know, they were okay, but nothing like Marichka. Yeah, maybe I'll save it for other day looking at the voids. Let me know. Okay, I should do a poll on next stream about it, but let me know in the comments. If you don't have Marichka, should you pull on 2x voids or just go for Marichka 15x? Is it even worth to go for 2x voids? Let me know in the comments, but that's it. Good luck on your pulls if you didn't already do it. If you didn't do it yet, and see you on Monday, Pat push. Bye.